Right now at noon, a suspect who's accused of sending pipe bombs to public figures is in custody. We'll have the latest on that investigation. Plus, the reward for any information on the disappearance of Jamie Kloss has doubled. And it's less than 2 weeks until the November election, and former President Barack Obama is campaigning in Milwaukee for Wisconsin Democrats.
This is News 3 at noon.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Mark Kane. Thanks for tuning in to News 3 on this Friday afternoon. Let's head over to the Weather Center. Meteorologist Chris Reese has a look at your first alert forecast. Kind of gray out there, but not bad.
Not bad at all, but it will be gray probably through most of the weekend. We're looking at more rain chances as we go into your Sunday. Let's go ahead and look outside right now at what you are seeing. You heard us say it, it is the gray skies. We've seen a lot of that cloud cover around really since yesterday, and that's kept temperatures on the cooler side. We're only at 49 degrees right now. We should make it into the low 50s, but 40s is generally the theme across much of south central Wisconsin as of now, along with the rest of the upper Midwest. Now, we did have some rain come through. That came through overnight. Since then, we have been mainly dry today. Still a few sprinkles in some spots, but we should be staying dry going through at least the rest of tonight. There's the slightest chance of a shower. For the most part, we're going to be seeing the cloud cover going through today and into tomorrow. That's going to keep temperatures steady. But again, we should top out into the low 50s and then through the 40s as we go through the overnight hours. So as we go further into your weekend, along with what's likely to be an active period next week, I'll be breaking down what all we can expect then.
All right, we'll see you in a few minutes. Thank you, Chris.
My pleasure.
Top in our news today, there has been an arrest in the coast-to-coast investigation of crude pipe bombs sent to prominent Democratic critics of President Trump. Law enforcement officials identify the person in custody in the package bomb case as 56-year-old Cesar Sayak of Ventura, Florida, that is. He was taken into custody near an auto parts store in Plantation, Florida, after some sort of confrontation. Law enforcement swarmed Midtown Manhattan after a suspicious package addressed to former Director of National Intelligence James Clapper was found at a postal facility. Officials discovered another package targeting New Jersey Senator Cory Booker at the South Florida mail facility. President Trump says the suspect in the mail bomb scare will be prosecuted to, quote, the fullest extent of the law.
We must never allow political violence to take root in America. Cannot let it happen. And I'm committed to doing everything in my power as president to stop it, and to stop it now.
Clapper told CNN that the suspicious packages will not silence Trump critics. The NYPD bomb squad removed the package addressed to Clapper. It'll be sent to the FBI's crime lab in Virginia. The reward for information leading to the whereabouts of a 13-year-old Wisconsin girl whose parents were murdered has been doubled to $50,000. The search enters its 12th day, and investigators still haven't said if they have any clues as to what was behind the attack and suspected abduction. The Barron County Sheriff's Department said that the Genio Turkey store where James and Denise Kloss had worked has helped raise the reward from the $25,000 offered earlier by the FBI. Officials have followed up on more than 1,700 tips. A Beloit woman is in the Rock County Jail on a $25,000 bond after allegedly sexually assaulting a man. The Janesville Gazette reports 30-year-old Precious Bailey believed that the man molested her 2-year-old. Bailey told police that her belief was confirmed by tarot cards on her smartphone and visions she had. Authorities say Bailey beat and sexually assaulted the man in an RV on her property with the toddler inside. Hospital staff had told Bailey the child showed no signs of sexual abuse. The president sent a word of warning to thousands of people making their way to the U.S. border from Central America. The president tweeted at the immigrants to turn around, saying, "We are not letting people into the United States illegally." The Trump administration is planning to send hundreds of active duty troops to the border to help strengthen security. The soldiers will assist in border patrol, building barriers, and looking for people crossing illegally, but they do not have the authority to arrest illegal immigrants. Democrats say focusing on the border is the wrong approach.
If we could stop the flow of drugs, if we could curtail the level of violence in Honduras, Guatemala, El Salvador, you would not have these migrants streaming forward trying to get into our country.
Mexican authorities on Wednesday estimated the caravan had 3,630 people, about half of the 7,200 who the United Nations said were in the caravan earlier this week. Former President Barack Obama will rally for Democrats in Milwaukee today. Tony Evers and Senator Tammy Baldwin will join President Obama this afternoon. Doors open at 12:30 at North Division High School on Milwaukee's north side. This comes 2 days after President Trump visited the Wausau area in support of Governor Walker and Senate candidate Leah Vukmir. Our Rose Schmidt will be in Milwaukee, and we'll have more on Obama's visit in our later newscasts. And Governor Walker and Tony Evers will meet for another debate tonight. The Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel, WTMJ, and UW-Milwaukee are hosting the debate on the UWM campus. The most recent Marquette Law School poll showed the race between Walker and Evers to be a virtual tie. The governor held a 1-point lead over Evers, well within the poll's margin of error of 3.6%. A retired veteran has claimed the $1 million winning Powerball ticket. The Wisconsin Lottery says Raymond Heft of Madison is the lucky player who won $1 million from the Wednesday Powerball drawing. Lottery officials say Heft purchased his ticket at the Pick and Save on Shopko Drive in Madison. Even though Heft won the $1 million, no one won the Powerball jackpot, so that means the next Powerball drawing on Saturday is worth an estimated $750 million. And there's more to come on News 3 at noon. I'm next to see what Howard's working on in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
If pumpkin pancakes made from scratch sounds like a good way to start your weekend, then you're in the right place at the right time. This is the time of year as we head into the weekend that our to-do list seems to get longer and longer. You know, we want to get out and do some yard work, get a jump start on our holiday shopping, and get in as many errands as possible. So to make the most of this weekend, we came up with a fill-you-up fall recipe that'll jumpstart your weekend. They're from-scratch pumpkin pancakes that are to die for. In a large bowl, we combine some flour, sugar, baking powder, baking soda, and a bit of salt. We set that aside, and then in another bowl, we whisk together some eggs with milk, melted butter, and a splash of vanilla. Then we add a good amount of pumpkin pie filling and mix it until it's smooth. Once our dry ingredients get stirred in, onto the griddle they go. I only wish you could smell these. Slather on some syrup and a bit of butter, and talk about heavenly. Whether you make them regular size for us grown-ups or silver dollar size for the kids, everyone will love the cozy pumpkin flavor in every bite. So here's what I suggest. Visit our website and get the recipe for pumpkin patch pancakes. I'm Howard of the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a pumpkin lover's way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
All right, Howard, thank you. There's more to come on News 3 at noon. Up next, a cool afternoon with a slight chance of showers. Meteorologist Chris Reese has a check of your weekend forecast when we come back. Our Call for Action phone bank is open right now, ready to take on your consumer issues. You can call our hotline. Volunteers will help you with any consumer complaints. The number is 608-270-2833. The service open every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday between 11 and 1. Consumers boost the economy and a whole day to celebrate that pumpkin spice obsession. Diane King Hall has more.
The economy grew 3.5% during the third quarter. That's according to the Commerce Department. While down from the prior quarter, the number was better than expected. Helping to prop up the economy was consumer spending, which makes up about 2/3 of economic activity. But the bears are still clawing back on Wall Street, and stocks took a dive after the opening bell. The tech sector led the early declines, with investors disappointed with earnings from Amazon and Google. Google's parent company did make more money, but its sales fell short of forecasts. Alphabet says profit jumped to nearly $9.2 billion during its third quarter. Investors are worried about tougher regulations on the industry. The tech giant is also under scrutiny after Google says it fired 48 employees for sexual harassment over the past 2 years, including 13 senior managers. And it is National Pumpkin Day. Pumpkin spice flavors have been on shelves since August, and sales are up more than 15% from last year. But some say the trend is getting out of hand. Ranker.com, a crowdsourced site, asked participants to rank the times pumpkin spice has gone too far. The top responses were cheese, pasta sauce, and fish bait. And that's your CBS Money Watch report. For more, head to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the New York Stock Exchange, I'm Diane King Hall.
All right, Diane, thank you. The Dow Industrials down 246 points at the noon hour. The NASDAQ down 130. Let's check in with Q106 Farm Director Pam Yankee. We should get into the pumpkin futures, all this pumpkin everything.
Honestly. I hadn't noticed, I guess. I'm selective on my pumpkin spice samplings at this time of the year, I guess. But and I'm glad that wasn't Wisconsin cheese that had the pumpkin slice they showed us.
It can be a little overwhelming in pumpkin-wise.
I suppose. But it'll be done, and then we'll be on to candy canes and eggnog, and then they'll have a survey about that, too. So my survey today is higher market prices. So there's a couple different news items that are being discussed. First of all, Arlen Suderman, who is an analyst with International FC Stone, said that people are focusing an awful lot of attention on what's going on with the soybeans and China, or not going on with soybeans in China. He said we got to take a closer look at corn and China. There's a lot of outside money that's still keeping an eye on what could happen with China specifically if we get these trade disputes taken care of. And remember, supposedly there still is a meeting scheduled between the United States, President Trump, and the leaders in China. It's still on the calendar. We don't know if it's going to actually happen, but he says 94 million bushel of domestic produced China corn sold to their individual industries. That is going to pretty much do it for them this year. That is a market that continues to grow as far as people consumption. It's also a market that grows as far as hogs and poultry consumption. So they can't grow enough corn to take care of themselves. They will have to come to the world marketplace. So markets are up on the midday, perhaps because of that, maybe perhaps because of the weather that Long Tall Lanky One's going to have for us a little bit later. But the situation with Wisconsin farm fields, just a little bit of rain overnight, still allowing them to move forward, especially on corn, as I surveyed the countryside coming into the office. Dairy today in Chicago is still mixed. Barrel cheese down a half at $1.25. 40-pound block cheese up a penny and 3/4 at $1.51.5. The AA butter today down 3/4 cent at $2.23 per pound. And fluid milk contracts, we had caught a little bit of a rally earlier in the day, but some of that has since tapered off. So I'm going to make tracks. I heard that I might be able to squeeze in just a little bit of dry weather here or there up over O'Connell County. If everything goes my way, we'll finish up combining our soybeans up at home. If I can get there fast enough to get the one part that our combine operator is still needing. Apparently, I'm the only one that has time this afternoon to go run for it. But tell the weather spud that we need to just keep things dry. I don't need the sunshine today. Don't need the wind today. Just keep her dry.
All right, we'll see what we can do.
Okay.
Have a great weekend. Go Pack.
Go Pack. Yes.
Yeah, it's going to be a rough game. Anyway, all right, weather spud.
Yep, I will try to keep it dry. Let me call Mother Nature and put in an order.
All
Let's
right.
see what we can get. But
Pam would appreciate it.
No promises on that, because we had a little bit of rain that came through last night. Here's actually the past 12 hours showing you that loop, and it really doesn't look all that impressive, well, because it wasn't. But it was just enough rain that came on through that really kind of got the ground wet as you woke up this morning. Since then, we've been mainly dry across all of Wisconsin for the most part. There have been a couple showers here and there, but no real reports of anyone getting in on some big time rainfall. So we've seen the clouds just about all day long. We're going to keep seeing those going through the rest of the afternoon and evening. The temperature 49 right now. Those winds coming out of the east and northeast at 10 miles per hour. All of us continue to see those temperatures that are pretty much in the 40s and 50s, and that is really the theme that we are highlighting as we go through the next couple of days. So 3 forecast highlights for you. We're going to be staying dreary, cloudy, and cool as we go through your Saturday. By Sunday, we pick up more of a chance for some showers, and then into next week, sunshine to start, but then a cold and stormy end. We're going to be breaking that all down in just a sec. So let's start with the rest of today. We'll see those temperatures top out right around 51 degrees. We may get a break in the cloud cover overnight. So here we are at 12:30. Temperatures in the low 40s. They'll drop into the upper 30s through tomorrow. Then tomorrow within itself, we'll see those highs in the low 50s again. You'll have a better chance for a break or two in the cloud cover throughout tomorrow. Those rain chances, though, those will be arriving as we head into Sunday, starting off that active pattern that we've been talking about for a while. So, of course, yes, we are going to see that nor'easter that you hear about throughout the weekend. Remember, we talked about Halloween looking stormy. Well, the good news is the system looks to come in earlier than normal. That means Halloween is trending drier, but we really could see a push of some Arctic air as we go to the first weekend of November, along with the system of low pressure. So let's go ahead and break down what that means in terms of precip. Here we are with our rain chance on Sunday. That'll zip through rather quickly. Here is the start of that Halloween system. Notice how the greatest rain is going to be well south of our area. Then into next weekend, here's the push of Arctic air with that region of low pressure. We'll watch for the chance of some rain and snow with that, clearing out briefly before the next system has the potential to bring some rain and snow. And that's 10 days away. There's so much that can change, but we know that the pattern is ultimately trending cooler. Check out how temperatures shape up as we get towards the end of the 10-day forecast compared to average. Yeah, it's going to be fairly chilly in our pattern. Rain chances through the weekend, a little bit of sunshine to start the work week. And then again, like I mentioned, we are looking stormy towards the end of next week. By next Saturday, it could be a struggle to get out of the 30s with a chance of a rain-snow mix.
Great. I have football tickets for next Saturday.
Oh, well, you know what? That's perfect football weather. Take
is,
yourself
exactly.
some chili to the tailgate, apple cider, fire it up.
That's right. Pumpkin spice something or other.
Yeah.
All right.
Enjoy it.
Thank you, Chris. There's more to come on News 3 at noon. Up next, a man is thanking his pregnant wife right before she gives birth. We'll tell you why next. A quick-thinking Minnesota mother-to-be ended up saving her husband's life just a few hours before she was due to give birth. Angela Davis spoke with both of them and found them grateful to be alive and starting a new chapter.
I noticed he was not snoring. He was gasping for air. So I called 911.
With a baby on the way within hours, Ashley Getty found herself with her husband's life also in her hands.
The dispatcher walked me through CPR because I am not trained, and they wanted me to get him down to a hard surface, but I explained to them that I'm 39 weeks pregnant.
An ambulance took Andrew to United Hospital in St. Paul.
I don't think Andrew would be here today if it wasn't for the actions of Ashley.
Doctors determined Andrew had gone into cardiac arrest and had an irregular heart rhythm. They sedated him, not sure how he would respond when he woke up.
I went home that first night and thought, this can't happen. This guy's got to hold his baby.
Andrew woke up without any signs of brain injury. And then, a day later, Ashley went into labor. Doctors delayed a heart procedure on Andrew so he could be with his wife and hold her hand through the delivery of their baby.
I was just so excited to be able to see him be born. We started out trying to for a natural birth.
But Ashley needed an emergency C-section and was moved into the surgical unit. Andrew watched through FaceTime on a phone.
All of that is nothing. He's coming home, and that's really the only thing that matters.
Angela Davis, WCCO 4 News.
Wonder Woman there. Amazing story.
Absolutely. That was amazing. Well, we're going to be tracking an active pattern as we go through pretty much the next 10 days. And that all starts with the rain system that's going to literally zip through on Sunday. Just as fast as that rain starts, it'll likely get on out of here. It'll be breezy during that time, and then a bigger system potentially impacting us by next weekend.
All right, that's our time for now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here at 4. Have a great afternoon.